Well, so I should introduce myself first of all. Anyway, my name is Lieutenant Paul Siemens. I'm the training officer of RCSCC Chaudière, and it is my pleasure to be joined tonight by Naval Cadet Jessica D'Souza. She'll be my co-host for the night, and hopefully you'll have a good time as we go through the process. Of course, being in this pandemic lockdown for what almost 2 years now, we don't have videos of our own sunset colors and sunset ceremony, so we had to borrow from my previous unit, RCSCC Scarborough, where we have a complete video. So please forgive Scarborough's participation. It is well intended in order to make sure that we do have colors and sunset and everything that we require to make sure that this is a special event. So we'll just wait, I guess, a few more minutes and we'll get started. All right, our guest tonight is Rear Admiral Jennifer Bennett, and I have a video to show where it describes who Admiral Bennett is and her accomplishments and why we invited her. This video was made for the Navy League cadets, so we're borrowing that from them as well. So I'm just going to share my screen. Now, another person that inspires me a lot is Rear Admiral Jennifer Bennett. As I mentioned to you, she was the commander of cadets and reserves before, and I've met her on a number of occasions. Very nice person. So there she is, Rear Admiral Jennifer Bennett. Was the Senior Canadian Forces Naval Reserve Officer. In 2011, she served as Chief of Reserves and Cadets. As such, she was the highest ranking reservist in the Canadian Armed Forces and the most senior woman in the Royal Canadian Navy. She served as commanding officer of HMCS Malahat from 1995 to 1998 and as commander of the Naval Reserves from 2007 to 2011. She was named one of Canada's 100 most powerful women in 2011. In January 2013, she was also appointed as a national champion for women in defense. In September 2015, Rear Admiral Bennett was appointed Director General for the Canadian Forces Strategic Response Team in support of Operation Honor. Rear Admiral Bennett has been recognized for her leadership and exemplary service in the military and civilian communities. In 2011, she was named as one of Canada's top 100 most powerful women as a public sector leader, and in 2013, she was promoted from officer in the Order of the Military Merit to commander of the Military Merit. And now let's hear a little bit from Admiral Bennett.
Hi, I'm Rear Admiral Jennifer Bennett, Champion for Women in Defense, and this is 60 Seconds with me. What's the best part about being a Canadian? The fact that people around the world recognize the Canadian flag and our proud history. High heels or Oxfords in uniform? Oxfords. How do you balance work and personal time? Not very well. What has been your greatest joy in your career? I think to have been a trailblazer and opened doors for other women and inspired people to choose this career. If you could change anything in the CAF or DND, what would it be and why? I'd like us to be more inclusive in our work and have a more respectful work environment. What change have you influenced or initiated, and what role did you play? A lot of times I didn't set out to influence or initiate change, but I think simply by sticking with it and opening doors and opportunities for women, change has occurred.
Son, here.
bit more.
What is your biggest fear? Who is the first person you made friends with when you start a new job? The chief clerk. Tell me in 3 words what describes you best. Unpredictable, fun, happy. What was your toughest accomplishment? Becoming an admiral. What are your hobbies? Tell us an interesting, fun fact about you. Well, I have 2 careers. I'm a teacher in my civilian life and a military officer. So my hobby is actually the military. Do you get nervous? Why and how do you overcome the nerves? Yes, I get nervous and I think happy thoughts. What is something you've never done but want to? Surf. What is your biggest fear? Pulling questions out of a jar and having to answer them in 60 seconds. What is the most valuable piece of advice you've received? Be yourself. There you go. How'd I do?
Awesome. Very nice. Nice. Very nice.
Snakes. Snakes is actually my biggest fear.
And there you go. Admiral Bennett has now retired from the Navy, and she's now the president of the Ontario Division of the Navy League of Canada. And what that is she's our boss. We all, every Navy League cadet unit in Ontario reports to her. So she's a very inspiring person. All right, and now we'll proceed with our colors.
You must have Googled me very well.
I did.
I should tell you a funny story before you do colors. That
Sure.
last clip that you showed was actually a trial for the whole program that they do in the Canadian Forces, 60 Seconds With. And the first time they did it, it was with a green screen, and all of the questions were on green pieces of paper. So when they filmed me, it looked like I was doing magic tricks. So we had to film it a second time, and there were lots of outtakes from that. But anyway, it's fun to relive that.
That's fun. And yeah, the question is, do you still believe everything that you said before?
Yes, I'm still afraid of snakes. That's my biggest fear.
Oh, excellent. All right, so we'll enjoy colors, 2019 colors at RCSC Scarborough, as unfortunately we don't have one yet from Chaudière. Once we're ready to parade back in person, it'll be the first thing I'll do, is to make sure we record colors, just in case.
Please stand for colors.
Ship company is paid! Strike slow. Arms.
Good evening, Cox.
Evening, sir. Today, Officer Second Class Team is support for RCSCC Scarborough. 51 cadets on parade, including myself. Permission to carry on with colors.
Carry on, please.
Aye, sir.
Super numbers, facing aft, left, right, and about. Turn.
Colors, sir.
Very good. Make it so.
Guard cruiser. Arms.
Sir, permission to sound the carry on? Sound the carry on.
Grad slope. Arms.
Supernumeraries facing inboard. Left, right, and about. Turn.
Giving it.
Martin.
General salute present. Arms. Guard slope. Arms.
Okay, colors complete. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to review some of the qualifications that our cadets won this training year. And we'll start with the latest round of promotions of our cadets. All right, and RCSSC showed here 2021 promotions. Promoted to Leading Cadet, Leading Cadets O'Donnell, Peralta, Pula, Sheikh, and Shack. Master Cadets Kadispati, Darvamula, Darabi, Embry, Garmo, Khalid, Kralikayan, Marks, Igea, Simas, Sheikh, and Taratani. Promoted to Petty Officer Second Class is Petty Officer Arbuckle, Garmo, Lim, and Peak Blair. Petty Officer First Class this year is Petty Officer Darabi, Gawon, Gladish, Fedorovich, Nasir, Gea, Rickards, and Seepersod. Chief Petty Officer Second Class, Chief Petty Officer Siemens, and Chief Petty Officer Darabi. And Coxswain and Chief Petty Officer First Class, Chief Petty Officer First Class Gladish. Congratulations on all your promotions this year. We also, let me see if you can see this. Can you see this? Nope, not yet. I didn't change the screen. I have to present it again. And this year we had a couple of courses that were led internally, namely Toastmasters and Leadership. And that we want to recognize the cadets that did a great job in our Toastmasters, starting with Leadership. And somehow it's not showing in my screens. Just let's see, screen one. All right, do you see my screen?
We can see your screen, sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
certificate? Okay, certificate of achievement for the basic leadership course that we ran internally. Master Cadet Arbuckle, Leading Cadet Driver Mula, Leading Cadet Darabi, Chief Petty Officer Darabi, Leading Cadet Embry, Petty Officer Fedorovich, Petty Officer Garmo, Chief Petty Officer Gladish, Petty Officer Gladish, Leading Cadet Marks, Leading Cadet Nasir, Petty Officer Nasir, Yaya, Master Cadet Peak Blair, AC Peralta, Petty Officer Rizwan, Petty Officer Seepersod, Leading Cadet Sheikh, and Chief Petty Officer Siemens. For Toastmasters, receiving the Youth Leadership Qualification from Toastmasters International is Leading Cadet Quinn Kodispoti, Petty Officer Second Class DJ Darabi, Leading Cadet Jaron Khalid, Leading Cadet Noah Kralikayan, Master Cadet Mark Lim, Petty Officer Second Class Alexandru Miguel, Leading Cadet Bianca Miguel, Ordinary Cadet Mari O'Donnell, Ordinary Cadet Ariane Pula, Petty Officer Second Class Samantha Rickards, Ordinary Cadet Zion Shack, Ordinary Cadet Danine Sheikh, Leading Cadet Philippe Simas, and Leading Cadet Ayato Teratani. Congratulations to all the cadets on their achievements.